Hello, and you are welcome to NT Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. I am Oluwabukola Akonde. The news. President Bola Tinubu has expressed optimism about the prospects of increased investment from Shell's Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria, emphasizing Nigeria's long-term relationship with the company, which discovered the first commercial oil field at Oloibiri in Niger State, Niger Delta in 1956. Receiving the management of Shell Group, led by its Global Integrated Gas and Upstream Director, Ms. Zohe, the president said his administration will continue to ensure the security and viability of existing and new investments in the country. In a statement by the presidential advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngilale, the president pointed out that the Nigeria will continue to support and encourage the company on this spot. The House of Representatives Committee on Appropriation has described the projected revenues bill as insufficient to fund the budget for the next fiscal year. To this end, the committees have summoned the Minister of Finance, Governor of the Central Bank, and heads of the government-owned enterprise to appear before the House on Monday to provide further insights into projected revenue target. National Assembly correspondent Mitairi Ipen reports.
The objective of this engagement with the Minister of Budget and National Planning is to highlight key issues in relation to the preparation, enactment, and implementation of the 2024 budget.
We studied the budget, fantastic budget, brilliant, but we need funding from GOEs. Their declaration, honestly, for us is not enough.
The minister emphasizes that the removal of fuel subsidy and liberalization of the foreign exchange market helped the federal government to arrive at ambitious capital expenditure for the next fiscal year. But more, he says, is expected from revenue-generating agencies.
Globally, revenue that we collect as a proportion of GDP is about 10%. Mr. President has expressed the confidence, the directive that we must raise it to at least 18%. 18% is big, but it's still lower than the global average.
What we need to do to focus on is debt service to revenue, which is very high. That's why I said the discussions about revenue, we can't stop talking about them enough.
The committee turned back representatives of the CBN, Customs, and FIRS, demanding their chief executives to appear in person. Meanwhile, the House Committee on FCT Area Councils and Ancillary Matters has canvassed provision of critical infrastructure in the suburbs of the nation's capital during an interactive session with the Minister of State FCT, Maria Mahmood.
We will work together towards the development and betterment of residents of the territory and also visitors alike.
The committee says it would continue to legislate on policies that will accelerate development across the FCT area councils. From the National Assembly, Mitairi Ikben, NTA News.
The federal government is consulting with the local manufacturers of pharmaceutical to reduce cost of production so as to reduce the cost of drugs on Nigerians. The Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali, gave the indication at the 2024 Budget Defense Session by the National Assembly Joint Committee on Health. Ignatius Nko reports.
Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, was the first minister to arrive at the National Assembly Friday morning for the 2024 Budget Defense Session after presenting the 2023 budget performance of the ministry. Professor Pate reads out prospects of the 2024 fiscal year. Out of the 227.1 billion proposed for the ministry, 42 billion will be channeled towards expanding cancer treatment infrastructure in all the 6 geopolitical zones, as federal government is also working to reduce cost of drugs in the country.
The price of pharmaceuticals, we know it's biting. We have met with all the CEOs of the local pharmaceutical manufacturers. Nigerians are now paying the price for that neglect of our domestic manufacturing. So in the direction of Mr. President to unlock the healthcare value chain,
there is a determination to do things differently, to bring better outcomes for our health services. And the people of Nigeria are yearning for this type of difference.
The health budget for the 2024 fiscal year promises to revamp Nigeria's health infrastructure, but this can only be realized with a vibrant workforce and the presence of the Minister of Labour and Employment, Simon Bako Lalong, who appeared before the Senate Committee on Labour to defend the ministry's 2024 budget of 13 billion is promising.
And our request to the committee for additional funding for some projects and the programs of the ministry that will aid our deliverables.
Registering employment generating agencies and bodies. This is a gold mine which the ministry should explore.
The committee resolves to increase the ministry's budget.
We have all the powers to tinker it and increase it in tandem with the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President.
We've all agreed it's inadequate. We've accepted that we should move for increment for this place, and we stand by that.
The minister was accompanied by Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Nkiruka Onyejocha, and heads of agencies under the ministry from the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
So there is need to deepen and expedite political power capitals and action on exciting government policies on execution and close the identified barriers mitigating affordable pharmaceutical essentials in Nigeria. This was a submission of guests on Good Morning Nigeria who insist this is critical. They also advise that the priority should be given to the production of life-saving pharmaceuticals product towards sustainability and affordability. Leader Samson reports.
The skyrocketing prices of pharmaceutical essential products is a concern that must be tackled looking inwards. Guests in Good Morning Nigeria agreed that despite the global economic challenge, Nigeria is worse hit for lack of manufacturing and visible multiplicity of counterproductive policies and efforts.
People's dispensable income are still the same. They cannot afford basic medications. So many of them resort to other forms of unorthodox methods of healthcare. They go for prayer houses. They go to traditional healers. They know that these are not the best, but what would they do? Since they don't have the money to buy the orthodox medications.
Except you're on the driver's seat on how the medicines, the consumables you're using is produced, except you exert sufficient input on how they are being produced, access to safe, quality, affordable medicines will continue to be a mirage.
Closing the gaps through deliberate innovative measures, especially exemptions to fast-track imports and production of pharmaceutical essentials and services they believe will be game-changing.
Government will need to agree that, look, let us have prioritized development of traditional medicine so that we can begin immediately documentation of what the traditional medical practitioners are doing, their services, their products that they are rendering, and then those of us who have gone to school and we know where these things are advanced in other countries can apply science and technology to make it in a form that it is more durable and more accessible and safe for our people.
The guests harp on the need for deepening research development to authenticate efficacious traditional homegrown medicines for international recognition across the value chains. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Moving on, members of the Lagos State House of Assembly are seeking the amendment of the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Authorities Law on 2021 to promote and protect the interests of operators in the industry, as well as that of the Lagos State government. This was disclosed at a stakeholders meeting held at the instance of the House Committee on Finance of the Lagos State Assembly. Ese Uwamaka reports.
The enactment of the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Authority Law in 2021 by the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was born out of the desire of the state government to harmonize all the laws and agencies which regulate gaming activities within the state. However, some of the provisions of the law are susceptible to changes so as to ensure accountability and transparency in the sector. The Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, who was represented, says the public hearing on the amendment of the 2021 Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Law seeks to get inputs from stakeholders and the public on the proposed amendments to the bill.
Application for license shall not be granted if the applicant has at any time been convicted of theft, fraud, forgery, perjury, or any offense involving dishonesty. With this amendment, our people will be protected because the practitioners in the lotteries and gaming business in the states will be persons of impeccable character.
Some stakeholders say the amendments to the bill will enhance the relationship of actors and non-actors in the gaming industry that will be mutually beneficial to all.
This bill really addresses the sectorial allocation of funds to different developmental programs like health, like education, like social and health care, and even security trust, and this will help the development trading sector of the
Section 96 that's just been introduced is that we should be able to have reciprocity enforcement. So what that means is that we can partner with another state or even another country. So when we have an operator who is operating illegally beyond our country, they can be able to enforce over there and can do the same thing, vice versa for them.
The House Committee on Finance is expected to forward a report on recommendations and observations made at the public hearing to the Assembly for further deliberations. In Lagos, S.A. Omaka, NC News.
Conversation and mainstreaming the energy and potential of the Nigerian youth as agents in the fight against environmental issues topped agenda of the Youth Day, celebrated at the United Arab Emirates, with the Minister of Youth Development, Jamila Bio Ibrahim, gracing the occasion. Charles Alpha reports.
They are strong, resilient, talented, and innovative, and are considered crucial partners in the fight against environmental degradation as they affect lives and livelihood. The Youth Day provided an opportunity for young Nigerians in Dubai to interface with government, to relay their challenges and foster frequent engagements towards contributing their quota to halt further escalation of the extreme weather events. The conversations, aside mainstreaming them into fighting climate change, bordered on inclusivity and a chance to proffer smart innovations and solutions to the government.
There have been engagements on youth inclusiveness. This council will lead negotiations and interventions that has to do with climate and how it affects the youths.
One of the issues that was raised is about the need to create a platform for more engagement with young people. We have made a commitment as the Federal Ministry of Youth Development to create a youth advisory on climate action.
Today is very good, and I think we engage very well with them, and we are going to continue the engagements in Nigeria when we get back. Like I told them, youth are very crucial to our environmental issues, so we need them to advocate for how we can take care of our environment.
For the youth, the promise for further engagements when they all get back home was heartwarming. There is the hope that they would even get involved in key decision-making as it affects their future. From Dubai, Charles Alpha, NTA News.
Meanwhile, International Organization for Migration, IOM, has enjoined the ECOWAS Parliament on the need to enact laws and policies that will address the challenges and harness the benefits of migration in West Africa. This came to light during a joint meeting between IOM and the ECOWAS Parliament at the ongoing second ordinary session of the 5th Legislature in Abuja. Mohamed Rabiu Ali reports.
The complex nature of migration in the region, with 9.8 million international migrants residing in West and Central Africa, underscores the importance of regional cooperation. The meeting discussed the challenges faced by migrants in West Africa, including climate change, insecurity, terrorism, limited employment opportunities, and inadequate social security systems.
Peace and economic and political integration remain Africa's real prospects for harnessing vast resources for the benefit of its people. We applaud the progress made so far by the ECOWAS and with regards to free movement of persons. We would like to confirm IOM's commitment to strengthen our partnership.
To understand that there's a whole lot of power play, and the companies are also finding ways to influence policies to benefit them at the expense of public good.
We have 12.5 million immigrants, and same, out of these 12.5, 65% decide to stay within the region. And the rest, they mainly go to Europe and North America, and also some of them to North African countries.
Stakeholders say the meeting marks a significant step towards strengthening regional cooperation on migration management to a positive force for development in West Africa. In Abuja, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
More of the news to come as we go on a short break now. Please stay with us.
Take off into a world of casino games and find your new favorites. Play a few rounds of roulette and see if Lady Luck's on your side. Numbers winning combinations in slots and take a hefty bite at the jackpots. Discover much more games on the 1xBet, where fortune awaits.
Join Helen Paul and Frank Donga as they explore the hills and valleys of Nigeria's vast fertile fields.
Why is rice so expensive?
It is labor intensive.
And discovering future harvest heroes in Nigeria's premier inter-school agricultural quiz competition.
Which of the following is an example of a beverage crop?
Coffee. Correct.
Catch new episodes on NTA Network every Saturday at 5 p.m. starting 25th November 2023.
This is Farm and Fortune.
It's time for golden season. Golden time to win. The rules are simple. Place bets on any sports event. Get promotional tickets. Take part in prize draws. It's golden season. Golden time to win. Use the promo code to get your welcome bonus.
Welcome back. And if you are just joining us, you are watching NTA Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. Now to the trending stories on entertainment news. Popular Nigerian rapper Oladipupo Oladimeji, popularly known as Olabdibs, has finally apologized to Nigeria over the recent death pulled by his management. Abibat Adekoye reports.
Speaking in a recent interview with Nigeria FM Lagos, Oladipupo said, "To Nigeria and my co-followers, I will never play with people's emotion like that. It was never a prank. I was sick. I am really sorry for the confusion and false alarm and everything. I take full responsibility." Moving on, American rapper Kodak Black has been arrested on a number of charges, include cocaine possession, evidence tapping, and violating his probation. The rapper was found asleep in a car with drugs at 3 a.m. in Plantation, Florida. He was jailed in Broward County, but was released on bail on Thursday. This is not the first time Kodak Black has been in trouble with the law. He has previously been arrested for a number of other offenses, include weapon possession, armed robbery, and sexual assault. That is all on entertainment news. I am Abibad.
And to the sports news of the day, let's join Olumide Eguntola for trending stories on sports.
Nigeria's under-17 female national team, the Flamingos, will face Central African Republic in the second round of the FIFA Women's World Cup qualifiers. The two-legged fixture is slated for the 2nd to 11th February 2024. In a related development, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will take part in a 3-nation tournament in United Arab Emirates as part of preparations for the 2024 African Cup of Nations. The pre-AFCON tournament is scheduled for January 2024 as the Eagles take on Equatorial Guinea on the 14th of January 2024 in an opening game of the Nations Cup. And in the Nigeria Premier League, Bayelsa United will take on Enugu Rangers in one of the Week 13 games. Abia Warriors will be the guest of Enyimba. Similarly, in the English Premier League, it will be match Week 16 as table toppers Arsenal will be the guest of Aston Villa, while Tottenham Hotspur
host Newcastle United, among other matches for the weekend. In another news, about 10,000 civil servants are competing as athletes in the Federal Civil Service Games in Minna, Niger State, with admonition to compete clean and fair.
It is an avenue of creating jobs opportunities for a lot of youth, and not only that, it promotes economic development.
All MDAs are here, they are competing amongst themselves. There's no way there won't be some bonding.
Federation of Public Service Games is standing tall in terms of producing athletes for national competitions.
In volleyball, Nigeria under-17 female volleyball team suffered another defeat to Egypt, and it just concluded under-17 girls African Nations Volleyball Championship, but still qualify for the World Championship coming up in 2024.
All of the time we have been hosting here in Nigeria, we never came second. So this is a great achievement.
Study before the match, how to win, the weakness point, and the strength point for each player.
Ahmad Zago reports that the Nigerian girls considered the trophy after they lost 1-3 in favor of their Egyptian counterpart at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja. With sports update, Olumide Guntola, NT News.
And that concludes the news tonight. Once again, thanks for joining us. I am Oluwabukola Akonde. A very good evening to you.
Do you want the best in music for entertainment? NCA10 Super channel in sports and documentaries. NCA10 our movies, cartoon and live talk show. Bad toys that go for nothing.
NCA10 Station for Excellence.
It's time for Golden Season. Golden time to win. The rules are simple. Place bets on any sports event. Get promotional tickets. Take part in prize draws. It's Golden Season. Golden time to win. Use the promo code to get your welcome bonus.
لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum la fi ń kí yín káàbọ̀ sílé ìfowópamọ́sí Jaiz alábàárìn pàtàkì tó lè mú àlá àti ìrẹ́rẹ́rẹ́ rẹ ṣẹ nípa ètò hajj pẹ̀lú ètò ìfowópamọ́ hajj wa tí a jùmọ̀ gbé kalẹ̀ pẹ̀lú National Hajj Commission of Nigeria àti State Muslims Pilgrim Welfare Boards. Ó lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fowó ìrìnàjò hajj rẹ pamọ́ díẹ̀díẹ̀ lọ́nà tó rọrùn tí kò mú ìlágùn dání rárá. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fowópamọ́ láti sì yí lọ láì fi bí o ti ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ pé a lè bá ọ dòwò pọ̀ láti mú ìrẹ́rẹ́rẹ́ rẹ nípa ìrìnàjò mímọ́ sílẹ̀ hajj ṣẹ. Tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fowópamọ́ fún ara rẹ àtàwọn tó ṣe pàtàkì sí ọ. Ìsún kẹ́rẹ́kẹ́rẹ́ ló ń domi òkun. Pẹ̀lú àwọn ètò wa ní Jaiz, wàá tún jèrè lórí owó èyíkéyìí tó bá fi pamọ́ sọ́dọ̀ wa. Fún ìdí èyí, Jaiz Bank Hajj Savings Scheme ní ọ̀nà tààrà sí ojúṣe ìrìnàjò sílẹ̀ mímọ́ hajj. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fowópamọ́ láti sìn lọ. Kí lẹ tún dúró wò? Pèsè àyè fúnra rẹ lásìkò hajj tó ń bọ̀ yìí. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fowópamọ́ láti sìn lọ. Kàn sí èyíkéyìí Jaiz Bank wa tó súnmọ́ jùlọ tàbí State Pilgrims Welfare Boards láti forúkọsílẹ̀ tàbí kí o kàn sí www.hajjsavings.jaizbankplc.com fún ìforúkọsílẹ̀. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé, kàn sí info@jaizbankplc.com tàbí kí ẹ pè sórí 070-077-30000.
لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Take off into a world of casino games and find your new favorites. Play a few rounds of roulette and see if many locks on your side. Land those winning combinations in slots and take a hefty bite out of their jackpots. Discover much more games on the 1xBet, where fortune awaits.
It's that time again for
sharing and giving love. It's Christmas. It's a time to be jolly and merry. Where would you rather be this season? Of course, NTA Lagos Channel 10. Yes, it is the NTA Lagos Channel 10 Christmas party. This year promises to be fun-filled. There will be games, bouncy castles, shout out to your loved ones, school presentations, and many more. It all begins with a roadshow on the 8th of December 2023. Date, Monday 11th to Wednesday the 13th of December 2023. Monday 11th December is the opening ceremony with so much to eat and drink. Gate fee 2,000 naira per child. Venue NTA Lagos Channel 10 Tedros Shoyaba. Time 10 a.m. There will be lots of fun-filled events that you don't want to miss. Plus, every child takes home a bumper pack. Date again is Monday 11th to Wednesday the 13th of December 2023. Venue NTA Lagos Channel 10 Tedros Shoyaba. Time 10 a.m. Gate fee 2,000 naira per child. For sponsorship and advert placement, please call.
Hark now, hear the angels sing, a king was.
Performing artist Just Roland, a contestant of The Voice Nigeria Season 4.
Are you having fun? Put your hands up, shorty, if you really sure.
Father of the Day, Bishop Olushola Odedeji, Diocesan Bishop, Lagos West Anglican Communion. Special guest, Reverend Bimbo Adeola of Fellowship Baptist Church, Agungi, Lekki. Supported by
Come, jolly, and make merry with us.
Dad? Evening, how are you? I'm fine, Dad.
My son, you are welcome.
I don't know what to think, but I will just go straight by saying this is the woman I've been telling you